Welcome, friends. Today we will tell you about 8 terrifying animals that are actually harmless to humans. Take a look at the end and write your impressions in the comments. Have a nice viewing. In nature, you can quite often encounter a situation where a seemingly harmless animal hides deadly danger and vice versa. A frightening animal with fangs or spikes can be completely harmless. Most often, this first impression serves to scare away opponents. In the animal world, this method works quite well. Therefore, for a reason, some harmless species of spiders, snakes and other reptiles have learned to mask externally as their venomous relatives. Even experienced biologists at first glance sometimes cannot distinguish such individuals, let alone animals, which are increasingly misleading. In this video, let's look at just such representatives of the animal world who have an awesome look. Fowler-Spider. This spider is quite a popular animal. His appearance is really amazing, huge shaggy legs, and a large body completely covered with hair. The spider seems dangerous at first glance. In practice, however, a wasp bite can cause more damage. By the way, for a tarantula to decide to bite, you really have to try and provoke it strongly. This animal has a sedative in its glands. He uses it to hunt and immobilize his victim. Interestingly, spider will not use this measure against man. Even if a man tortured this spider as part of the defense, the animal would bite at most, but without injecting the sedative, although it might be useful to some people. Females of this specimen have no competitors in life expectancy among arthropods. They are able to live even over 30 years. Currently, the families of these spiders are divided into 13 subfamilies including many types. Manta or sea devil. Manta rays are often mistaken for their cousins, who are known to have extremely dangerous venom spikes and can easily kill a man. Huge sea devils are not dangerous at all, though their diameter can reach up to 9 meters and a weight of 3 tons. In fact, they are simply harmless giants that we should not be afraid of. Manta rays are widespread in temperate tropical and subtropical waters around the world. They often affect coral reefs in places where other fish and crustaceans gather, causing fear to inexperienced divers. Earlier, it was thought that manta could attack a diver by squeezing his fins and crushing him to death. There is even a theory that manta can swallow a person. Of course, these are ancient horrors because manta do not do such things, and contrary to appearances, it is man who is the most dangerous to them, not the other way around. The poachers feed on them because of the valuable gill rods desired in Chinese medicine. Today, in almost all countries where manta may appear, hunting for them is prohibited. Giant shark. There are many scary legends and stories associated with sharks. So every representative of this order raises anxiety among people. Giant shark should not be afraid even if it ranks second in the world among sharks by size. Its length can reach up to 10 meters and weight about 4 tons. These giant sharks like to swim close to the surface, pulling dorsal fins and tail fins out of the water, causing terror to anyone nearby. The huge jaws of the giant shark, however, are not used to attack, but to swallow plankton from the water. The animal does not have sharp teeth. It swims calmly, not paying attention to the approaching divers. On the other hand, do not touch it because the scales on the body are very sharp. The way these sharks eat is impressive. The animal opens a large mouth and filters through the gills literally everything that falls into it. In this way, the shark can filter up to 2,000 tons of water per hour. An inexperienced diver seeing this situation may find that the shark is just eating it. Do not panic then. Man is not interested in shark at all. He is not even interested in very different fish. Man, however, is a real threat to a giant shark because he needs the animal's liver and more specifically fat from it. The liver of an adult giant shark contains up to 60% fat and makes up nearly 1/5 of its total body weight. Ironically, the fat needed to stop this species most often contributes to shark attacks and reduction of their population. Gavial Ganges is a crocodile inhabiting the dry Indian continent. He is also called a fish-eating crocodile. All because, unlike most crocodiles, Gavial Ganges does not attack people. But it still causes terror. Despite the large size of Gavial, his narrow and weak jaw is simply not physically adapted to eating large animals. The teeth of this crocodile are very delicate and are not chewing. This animal is the rarest and oldest representative of crocodiles on Earth. Gavial has been entered in the Red Book of Endangered Species. In India, he is considered a holy animal. Although this crocodile is not harmful to humans, it is undoubtedly one of the largest individuals, slightly smaller than the rosary crocodile. Males can reach a length of up to 5.5 meters. The narrow jaw of Gavial is the result of a limited list of his victims with virtually only fish. This type of jaw encounters low water resistance, thanks to which the crocodile swims quickly and catches its prey even faster. Giant Millipede. At first glance, this creature looks repulsive and dangerous. But it turns out that in Madagascar, the millipede has long been one of the most popular pets. It's easy to tame. It quickly gets used to the owner and his touch. This is the largest representative of millipedes. From the outside, it resembles a large and thick caterpillar with many red legs. The millipede has a terrestrial lifestyle. He digs his tunnels in a bed of fallen leaves, hides in crevices between stones, under fallen tree trunks, or in burrows of other animals. Africa is the dominant habitat of millipedes, and more precisely its eastern part with tropical and subtropical zones. It reaches huge sizes for millipedes, from 25 to 28 centimeters in length. At this length, their body diameter is between 2.5 and 3 centimeters. They feed on fruit and plants, and in captivity they are fed with slices of fruit, vegetables, and herbs. Millipedes do not show aggression, so they are great for keeping them at home, although they have some peculiarities. These creatures are very shy. If something frightens them, they emit a corrosive protective fluid. It causes skin irritation in humans. Moloch the Terrible in Australia is also called the Horned Devil. This lizard resembles a small spiny dinosaur and can shoot blood from the eyes. Despite its unusual appearance, however, it does not pose a threat to people. He lives in the desert regions of Australia. Every centimeter of her body is covered with huge spikes. The nickname Devil is due to the fact that through numerous spikes and horns the animal really has something devilish about it. Moloch needs this menacing look to defend against predators. Few of them have the courage to attack a lizard completely covered with spikes. They would have to work a lot to eat such a delicacy and not to hurt their esophagus, so the spikes prevent attack because they are sharp. The lizard can also inflate and enlarge its size. Camouflage. Another advantage is masking. Similar to chameleon, it changes its color depending on the colors and temperature of the environment. For example, on warm days, these lizards turn yellow-red and turn dark green or dull brown in winter. Such transformations take literally a few minutes to Moloch. The royal snakes have a very similar color to the extremely poisonous treacherous, which allows them to scare off predators, although in reality they are completely harmless. These snakes have a weak poison that helps them paralyze their victims in the wild. Lizards and smaller snakes. The toxin reduces the victim's resistance when the snake suffocates her and then swallows her. Man is, of course, too big to fall victim to the royal serpent. Moreover, the teeth of even the largest specimens of this reptile are too small and weak to clearly injure human skin. Adult royal snakes raised at home often become practically tame and show no aggression towards their owners. Importantly, the animal is gradually getting used. All you have to do is spend 10 to 15 minutes a day. All species belonging to the genus royal snakes are quite common on the American continent, usually live in deserts or semi-arid areas of North America. They can often be found in Arizona and Nevada. A significant number of individuals also live in wetlands in Florida and Alabama. Tempodockas terrify with their appearance. However, they have neither poisonous nor any other glands that often occur in other spiders. As a result, Tempodockas don't pose a threat to humans. In daylight, this animal freezes like a statue. When you touch him, you run away in panic. It usually moves sideways like a crab. It also has antennae. One is directed where the animal moves, and the other constantly checks its surroundings. Tempodok worms have always seemed unpleasant to people, which is why many legends have been created about them. In some areas where these animals occur, people considered them dangerous and were simply feared. For example, during a stay in Seychelles in 1872, a local biologist said that after a bite of Tempos swelling of the whole body occurs, convulsions and vomiting. And if the patient is not treated with ammonia, he will have a long illness until he finally dies. Some scientists were afraid to study specimens of these arachnids when they were brought to Europe, all because of myths and legends. In the end, however, it has been shown that these creatures are completely harmless because they cannot bite or otherwise attack humans. And you, which of these animals scares? Write in the comments if you liked it. You can like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon to not miss interesting materials.